Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm back outside. It's finally starting to warm up again. Cross your fingers. Hope we don't get any more snow. So anyway, I know that last week I told you guys that I was going to be answering questions. But as Facebook so elegantly reminded me, this week was David's birthday, and David was a very dear friend of mine, and who passed away shortly before I released Wine Comes in Six Packs, and he's in the dedication of that book. And you can read about him. He's in both of the books. It'll Feel Better When It Quits Hurting and Wine Comes in Six Packs. We have been in. We met when I was 15. He was 15 too. And he was my first real love, and he ended up being a lifelong friend for over 30 years before he passed away. So anyway, I thought instead of answering a question, I would share the story with you about him. It had originally, I was going to put it in Wine Comes in Six Packs. While I was doing editing, I took it out because it didn't really flow with the rest of the things that was going on in the book. I mean, not Wine Comes in Six Packs, but It'll Feel Better When It Quits Hurting. I'm sorry. Anyway, for when I was living out in Phoenix, David came out and stayed with us briefly for about 2 months, I think, 2, 3 months. He was trying to decide if he wanted to move away from the Midwest, and came out and stayed with us. Anyway, he decided that he was going to go back and to the Midwest, and we were talking, and he told, I was asking him, what he thought about Phoenix and stuff before he left, and he made the comment to me that, it was great, he had a lot of fun, it's not really what he wanted, but he was very disappointed that he had never got to see any hookers while he was in town, because Phoenix is a big city. Anyway, later that night, I happened to run over to my friend PJ's house, who lived in the same apartment complex, and she had a friend over, and I don't remember why I was there. Anyway, I mentioned to her what he had said, and I was laughing about it. Well, this guy who's sitting there with her, he goes, "Really? He wants to meet a hooker?" I went, "Yeah, apparently so." He's like, "Got you covered." I'm like, "Okay." So anyway, it turns out that PJ's friend was a pimp. And he called up 2 of his girls and sent them over so she could meet David. Or they could meet David. Anyway, so before he left Phoenix, he got his final wish to meet a hooker in real life, not just see one on the streets, but actually have one do come to my house. So that was an experience. Nothing happened. I mean, they just came in, introduced themselves and stuff, and we talked for a few minutes and they left. So anyway, it's just a stupid little story about me and David and weird things that happen in my life. So anyway, man, I miss you, David. God, I never stopped loving you. You were always, because you were my first love, and it really sucks that you are no longer with us. And but you're in my books, and you're in my thoughts, and I share my stories with other people, and so in a way, you kind of live on, in my words. So anyway, that's it. That's my story. I miss you, David. Anyway, so next week I will be answering questions. I promise. And anyway, you guys have a great week, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye bye, everyone. Take care.